Hello. I'm severely hoping that we are live, and I am actually coming through because it's been a month since I did this, and I might have changed a setting or two in my streaming software, and instead of YouTube giving me a nice green line, it is giving me an orange line, which means it might not be working as well as it could be. So I am relying on you, my wonderful viewers, is hopefully you can let me know if this is coming through. Okay. Stream hell. Hopefully, please let me know how things are looking, sounding, if you can hear me. Excellent, Peter, thank you very much. It's just that orange bar is throwing me, and which is now turned to green, which is even better, so hopefully coming through loud and clear. So thank you very much for coming along, everybody. Excuse me whilst I wipe my nose. Hi, John. Thank you very much. Yes, back for today anyway. David, you're out in Africa again already. Off, you're in and out all the time. Thank you very much, Johnny. All good, thank you. And Ozzy, nice to see you as well. Good stuff. Coming through loud and clear. And you probably don't really want to, but you can obviously see my face as well. Excellent. I was going to say, it's good to be back. It feels like it's been an age, but also feels like it was like last week, but it's been like 4 or 5 weeks where I haven't done a stream, and I've missed it. I really have. Like previously, it gave me a bit of structure to aim for and work to, and over the last 4 or 5 weeks, I just feel like I've done nothing. So, well, I've done plenty, but it just feels like I've done nothing, and I haven't processed enough images recently either. So it'll be good to get back to that. I have been holding a few back, thinking I'll do them on a Tuesday night because that'll be you know, do a week's content, and I'm thinking I could really do with getting some images out. So I have edited a few that I was holding back on, but as per usual, you're never really sure what we're gonna get. So. No worries, David. You save them internet monies and stuff for your family. Didn't waste them on me. Yeah. So I've, you know those regular viewers. You know how this stream goes. I'll edit an image and it might be crap. It might get abandoned halfway through. It might be passable by the end. You never really know until we get there, and obviously hopefully the stream stays alive and we can do you know, get an image out. I did have a little play last night on an image. I went out to shoot, so every year for the last 5 or 6 years I've gone down to Bamborough to shoot the poppies that are down by the castle there, and I went down last night and shot a load of data. Not the greatest of conditions. There's not a lot of poppies there, to be honest, this year. It looks like the grass is growing a lot taller than normal, or normal for this time of year. And there's a lot of cowslip as well, or cow parsley, whatever you want to call it. And that's kind of crowding things out, and it's just not a good year. So not much to see. They're quite dispersed this year. And I shot a load of data. I started playing last night, and it's just crap. So I'm thinking this might be the first year in a while I'm not going to get a poppy image from Bamborough. So, but hopefully we will. But that'll be coming in a future video. Yeah, we're not going to do that tonight because the advertised subject was Manchester, and I was across in Manchester a couple of weeks ago for a camera club talk. I do camera club talks if anybody's out there that wants to hire me for such a thing. I don't travel that far. Manchester is about as extreme as I'm going to get. unless it's like an easy straight down the train track to somewhere easy. So I was across from Manchester, never been before, so I was interested in seeing the city. I did think it might be a little bit older than what it was. I was kind of thinking it'd be mainly Victorian and Georgian architecture, and as the train pulled up, I see nothing but towers being built here, left, right and centre. So tonight's episode could be a bit of a mix between the old and the new. I have kind of picked out a series of images I'm going to work on to start with, but we'll whatever happens, happens. So there you go. So we'll come to that in a minute. I was going to say I have stuff to announce. Excuse me. I will just lean to my left and get some bits. So move that down there. As you may or may not remember from the last live stream, episode 50, which was the 50th one. Well done, Andy. You dumb shit. Part of that live stream, I was running a competition to win a print of the two images that a print of the first image I made and a print of the second image I made from that during that live stream. So I have drawn those winners out the other day. I have informed the winners as well, so they already know. The first image, because the first image in the stream was crap. It really was. It was terrible. I've decided to replace that with an image I made after the live stream, I think it was. So the first, that image became giving away this print of the same location of Dryburgh Abbey. If you can see that. Still can't get directions right on this damn thing. So there's this print of Dryburgh Abbey, and because I'm thinking exhibition time and all this kind of stuff, and I updated my website as well, so a lot of my images now have names again. So this is the Abbey : violence. So that was replacing the first print. So that one has been won by Andrew Atkinson. Well done, Andrew. And then the second print, which I did actually make in the live stream, was this beastie here, again of the Abbey. I think I've just called this Abbey Study or something. So nice image, and actually made it in the live stream, so all good. And that was won by our good friend in the chat, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. And so that will eventually get packed up and dispatched over to America, that place out west. So keep an eye out for that, Ozzy. Sometime in the summer. I'm terrible at getting things out on very quickly, so but that'll be dropping through your door one day, sometime soon. So thank you very much for everybody who entered that competition. By the way, they were all drawn out by some computer-aided selection randomizer type of thing. I didn't do the hat and names thing. I couldn't be bothered. I'll just input everybody's name and off we go. So, right, that's nothing to do with photography. Right, so there you go. So that was that out the way. One thing, something else I better mention before we crack on, because it's already 10 minutes in. Just recently got this the other day. Lovely book. Abstract Mindedness by Doug Chinnery. And Doug was a big influence on my work. Basically, in a roundabout way, helped me quite a bit in style development and technique development as well. So Doug's written this book, produced this book along with Kozu Books, the publisher. This book, which is a reaction to the following year from a breakdown. So it's quite an emotional book, but there's some beautiful work in there. So do highly recommend getting a hold of that if you can afford it. And also, 100% of the profit margin on this book goes to the charity Young Minds UK as well. So it's a worthy cause to support, not only to support Doug emotionally, I suppose, but also financially for the charity as well. Absolutely fantastic book, and I must admit that I had slightly damp eyes when I read through one of these poems that he's written in there as well. Somebody was cutting onions in my house, honest gov. So there you go. Right, so that's enough bump for the day. But I highly recommend that book. It is a beautiful, beautiful book full of tremendous images. I love Doug's work, and there's some of them in there. Generally, I know roughly how these things are done. There's a couple in there I have got no idea how he's done. So hats off to him. I'll have to buy him a beer someday and see if he'll tell us, because it is fantastic. So anyways, right, that's enough of me whittering on. I am going to share screen. As you can see, this is the poppies from last night. That's enough. Don't need to see any more of that because they were crap. Right, what date do we go back to? No, not May. It was May, wasn't it? Not April. Manchester, that's the one. This is the beastie. I will just zero them. So a couple of images I've already made of Manchester without you all watching. So meant I could concentrate on with it. Here is one. And if you know Manchester, or if you don't know Manchester, you'll probably still not have a clue of whereabouts in Manchester this image is. But it is it's the town hall, which is like the main Gothic-looking Victorian town hall, by the way. So it's quite one of the older buildings in the middle of the city, because the city's Manchester's a young city really. It's, come to fruition 200 years ago or something like that. 250 250 years to present day. So it's not one of these cities that's ancient. I think if you go really far back, I think the guy that was showing us around, Richard, very very kindly took me around, president of the camera club that was at, which is South Manchester Camera Club. He took me around the city after he met us off the train. Very kindly spent time with us and hosted us as well. But he gave us a guided tour of Manchester, and I'm sure there's like an old part where the Romans built a fort down. I was going to say down in the south. It's not north and south. It's some other direction. And he says there was just a big dirt track between that end and then the cathedral at the other end, and not a lot else. But over the last 250 years or whatever, it's kind of exploded into life, because obviously it became a major inland port. Shush. Bloody phone. So that's one. Another version of this. I'll just quickly go through these. Another view of the thingy of the town hall. And we'll skip through half of these and then come to this one, which is my first effort at incorporating modern architecture in my images. So and this area here, obviously this is a tree, but this building in the background is the courthouse building in Manchester, which is like a really square block. It's got like bits protruding out of it. Quite an interesting building. But yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to shoot these very straight lines of architecture. And it was an extremely bright and sunny day as well. So that took quite a bit of work, this one. But I got there in the end. Here's a picture of it, proper picture of it. So that's what it looks like in real life. In real life. You can call it in real life. So you can see, this is roughly the scene I was looking at when I made that one there. There you go, right, that's explained that. So today's image, I'm thinking, because following this little area, we went down to the canals part of Manchester, and I shot a load of data down there. Got this view through the, underneath a bridge of some description. I'm not sure if it was a road or rail bridge above there, but yep, that'll be the rail bridge in there, that little metallic structure there. So shot some there, but this wasn't the one I was thinking about doing tonight. There was a scene by the canal, like an old cottage type of thing, and then a very nice pub on the right, but in the background is the Hilton, this big huge 40-story Hilton hotel or whatever, slap bang overlooking these older part of Manchester. So I was thinking maybe do something with that one, but, and there's another view of the cottage. It's like a lockkeeper's cottage. There's a lock here in the canal. But I was going to go for another one. Yeah, this one. Excuse me. And I've only got 4 frames to work with on this one. And I didn't shoot it sharp either, so I can't really describe what. There's obviously an old building on the left, which has been redeveloped and repurposed into flats or whatever. So that's probably been a mill of some description, or like a storage building that's of stuff that's come in off the canals. And then in this area in the back here is like a set of buildings under development. I think there's one kind of, the outside's all finished, and then there's another 2 under construction. You can't really get a decent view of them apart from that's them. So you can see one's pretty much finished, and then there's a couple more under construction. So I was thinking I'm going to work with these images. As you can see, there's a big canal bit there. I think it was a little canal boat or something in there, but there was a big paved area here anyway. So I thought that might work in, because we've got a lean line in, we've got the modern buildings at the back, the older buildings at in this area here, canal boat there, if that shows up a person, and I think that'll be Richard who was showing us around. So there you go. Right, stream okay. Let me know if you're getting bored, please, and I'll try to speed things up. Right. So we're just going to clean some of this up, do the usual standard bits and pieces. Add a little bit of sharpening, because it's there's a bit of sharpness in the modern buildings. Basic. I am just gonna do the colour auto. I would like it a little bit warmer. Made a little bit of difference, but not much. Gonna open the shadows out quite a bit. I'm gonna increase the contrast. Right, shut up phone. I'm just gonna warm this up a little bit more. Doesn't look as red on the right hand side as mine does. I am actually going to probably increase the redness of this building, because it was, Manchester, you'd imagine it's very brickish and reddish in the bricks as well. That's the impression I got. Red bricks and then modern buildings overlooking them all. So I'm just increasing kind of the contrast a bit, just to lift the colours a bit more, just threw us a little bit more detail into these things. Just kind of clarity. I'm still experimenting with, I know I made a video of it, but I'm still experimenting with the texture slider a bit. I am tending to use it at almost the last stage, just like I crop at the last stage of making an image, just to see how things are looking. So there you go. Vibrance and stuff seems to be fine, don't want to go too far on that. Hue saturation, I am going to redden this up a bit. That's about there. So just pull down a little bit there. Personal choice. And I'll probably have a rough idea where it's going to go as well. So, dust spots, better clean some of this up. some of these areas. Because it was an extremely bright day, I had to shoot quite close down. So it was what was it? F13 this image. So that's pretty tight for me. I don't tend to like to go over F8 because then you have loads and loads of dust spots to clean up. Now there is one there which I can only see on there. Got my standard one there that appears on everything. Oh, and I dropped my camera last night as well. I'm saying dropped, more like threw it on the floor. And now there's a big, I've got a very big dark thingy spot on the right hand side. So I think I really need, it's about time I actually got my sensor cleaned. I need to get some more wipes or dabbing brushes to get it cleaned up. So, right, there's a kind of a starting point. Just gonna hover over with these just to see where we are at. Yeah, actually I think we're at a decent, decent starting point there. Wouldn't let me select them a bit later, but we can work on them in a bit. So I'll just sync them across. Everything picked, yes. Synchronize. You know me, Peter, I do like it a bit of red. Right, let's open this in Photoshop and get underway. This is where the stream will crap out on me, likely. I had big ideas of redoing screen graphics and all this kind of stuff, but of course I sat on my butt for the last 4 or 5 weeks and done nothing about streaming, so haven't done anything like that yet. Come on. Are we there? Right, we are done, and the stream hasn't crapped out too badly, which is always good. Right, select these and see what happens. Ugly, dark. I think I might have to do some realignment of these. I used pin light for an image the other day. What was that last night? Strange old blend mode. Right, I'm thinking we're gonna have to realign these. Oh, not color burn. Let's do multiply. Let's just drop all these off. And I'm going to move this around until it's roughly on top of each other. I'm just going to take that one off. Just so I'm not multiplying it too much, otherwise, see, this is a good one to really base it on. You can see it's probably got the most detail on it. Quite good there, knock that off. Why is my computer going mad? It's gone very loud. Must be getting ready to explode. I'll move that up there, roughly. Put these back together. They should be better lined up now. A little bit. Let's try lighting. They're pretty bad. Screen overlay and soft light. Decisions. Soft light. I think I'll probably kind of minimize some of these. Not minimize them. They're not having much of an effect. Let's try lighten again. Just kind of take the odd one out just to see what it's doing. See, if I take that one out, you can see you've got them towers in the background are going right to the top. That's not good. So that's that layer that's causing the issue. Maybe leave that one out for the time being. That one being there, so maybe move this one up a bit. Not that far. Calm down, Andy. Calm down. Something about there. This one I'm just going to pull down a little bit. Just about something like that. So yeah, I'm not going to get that landscapey feel with this, am I? And I think a lot of that comes from the on how bright a day it was. It was incredibly bright. Evening, Paul. How are you doing? Enjoyed your video the other day, hobnobbing with the big YouTubers. Adam Gibbs, very nice to see. Hope you had a fantastic week. Yeah, if you're watching, everybody, check out Paul Thompson. He's in Paul Thompson Photography. Search for that on YouTube. He was out shooting with Adam Gibbs the other week. A very enjoyable video. Right, yeah, I think we're about. There's not going to be a lot of form and shape to this kind of image. Well, not definitive because of this smudge up here. Anyway, we're getting rid of that. Oh, is it pretty much set in? Must be set in, really. Actually, I could mask the top of that one out. Erase that. Let's get rid of that. So it's not as an apparent. That's better. And then actually I do want to get the blend modes going, and just down to here, just softens that edge off. Which one have I moved, which one I haven't? That one's fine there. That one's fine there. Where's the edges of these? Must be all in line there. Well, that'll do. Stream crapping out on me now. That'll be fine. Right then, I am thinking that is a terrible composition, but well, I'm saying terrible composition. It's got that leading line in. It's got some horrible shape in here. Almost wish that canal boat wasn't there now. Towers in the background, mill building, flats or whatever it is on the left. Looking fine, and we'll just going to drop in a curves layer. Just going to look to brighten that a bit. Something like that. Because with that, obviously with these towers in the background being very metallic and very shiny, I'm not looking to, knock those, knock the highlights back. I do want them to be quite apparent. Good stuff. Right. Colour. Why break the habit of a lifetime? Let's drop some colour into here. Maybe it's not that one though. Something like that. That's just a tiny little change, makes all the better. I'm going to bring that down. More than 6%. I want to be about 40. 40 like that. Stream's still crapping out on me. Just going to adjust this Now that I've added that colour in, I'm just going to drop this down a bit. There we go. And that one, I'm actually going to put mask on there. I'm going to fade that out, not as much as that. Let's scale out of here. Just to lift that, put a little bit of, whoops, come here. A little bit more blue in there. Just so it's not overly killed off. So, right then. This is our base image put together, and we'll might as well give it a go. Suck it and see. So I'll just put them together. View, filter, Nick Collection, Analog Effects Pro 2. Evening, Alan. How are you doing? So, did you go to the poppies this morning? I saw an image. And did I detect some ICM in that image as well, Mr. Lightly? Ooh. Right, previews. These are my more recent presets, which are not for release yet, but probably will be soon ish. See that one, Old Manchester. Can you tell that I made another image of that the other day? Right, so let's have a look through my normal ones. Just gonna have a look through, see if there's anything jumps out at me. Nice washed out there one there. I'm going to... Oh, it was last year's. All right. Ah. I thought you'd been up already. I was just saying earlier on, the ones at Bamborough are pants this year. Right, let's pick one, Andy, and get on with it. People don't want to watch you scroll. What's this one look like? Not a lot. Nope. The trouble with these ones, they don't quite have the same effect because of all the detail in them. Become a lot more abstract like this. Right, let's just have a look at this. Quite a strong one, isn't it? Drop that back to halfway. Turn it. Ooh. Turn it sideways. Shut up, bloody thing. Moving this around randomly. Good stuff, Alan. Let me know what they're like anyway. Let's have a look at this one. Not going to get away with it. The shapes don't really mix. Might just stick to, just kind of pick a colour scheme and see what matches. And get it to match in with that, obviously with the curve of the, that's upside down, man. The curve of the, why is my computer going mad? Fan's gone ballistic, I must be overheating it. So sorry if we all of a sudden go offline because my computer burns. So it's not all it's bloody, you know, there's no definitive this is how it's going to be done way of working. It's very much a let's see what happens kind of thing. But I think the problem's going to be half of the detail's going to get wiped out. It might be a case that we do two edits tonight because it's only 8:30 and this one's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Let's try actually. Let's bring that back. Dark. Come on. Do it dark. Change the balance a bit. I do think my computer's going to burn up here. No, I was saying that at the start, Alan. It's I mean, admittedly, I threw a few together last night when I got back to see what came about. You know, immediately it looked crap. Probably because there's not many poppies, or maybe it's because I've shot enough poppies over the years that I don't know what else to do to do with them. Oh god, this image isn't gone anywhere. I think this image is going to be about as good as that. I've got a nice bit area here in the middle. We can maybe make a nice square crop out of that. It just depends how abstract you want to go with it. So I'm going quite weak on the exposure balance, so it's, you know, there's just a hint of an overlay. Let us not have the contrast up there. Let us look at detail extraction to see what come here. Runaway slider. Let's put that up there, and then maybe just increase the exposure balance more to the second layer. Is that losing it, or I think maybe it's about there. Just making the best of a bad situation here. And I'm going to bring that about there. I'm actually going to brighten that a little bit. Brighten it, not that much, calm down. Obviously there's now a delay because my computer's having a mare. I think this is where I've changed the settings in the stream and it's now struggling. Sounds like it's going to take off. Right, I think we might get a pretty average square crop out of this, or maybe it's a 4x5. Film type, I'm just going to fade it. No, that's about there. I'm going to comb that to, not so it's not too green. Levels, turn on, turn off. It's quite nice and strong. Brighten that a bit. Pull them down. And blues, come here. That blue is pretty nice actually. Red. Whack the reds up. Not really. Red in the, yeah, red in the darks. So I want the shadows to be quite red, and I want the highlights to be fairly neutral actually. Something like that. Does that work? Kind of. I think we're not going to get much better than that, to be honest. Right, I'll just okay that. Different starters about that screen, Alan. I saw on Neil Mansfield's tweet about that this morning. It wasn't the fact that there was. It's not. It's not £1,000 screen, Alan. It's £1,000 for the stand, or $1,000. That's the stupid bit. $1,000 or $999 for a stand to put a bloody screen on. £5,000 for a bloody monitor. What the hell? Crazy. I'm glad I use a PC. I was actually got an email from Aria today. Looking at like, you know, those bundle deals on processors and motherboards and whatever. I wonder how much like a new system would be for something to be fairly decent for running this. £700. It's not even exactly. I could get a full system. Well, I mean, obviously a full bare bone system. You know, processor, memory, motherboard, hard drive, Windows, and a box to put it all in. About £700. That's probably the same spec as an iMac. Crazy. Right, so that's that done to about there. Let me look at it. It is pretty average. That's modern architecture for you. It's all pretty average. I'm just gonna bung this into Viveza. See if there's anything colour-wise I can do in that. Maybe it's a little bit more selective. Excuse me. Just experiment with the sliders. Contrast. Richness. Look at that richness coming through. It's a bit more Manchester red, that. I'm going to drop that back so it's not so strong. So that's the kind of thing I want. So maybe just drop a U-point thingy on there. Just drop that back. Drop a point on there, and that was what, 22-ish. And that was about 10, 9, whatever. Yeah. Scale that up a bit. We want another one of them, and another one over here. Oh, come here, double them up, man. There we go. Just want that one a bit smaller so it's not interfering with the sky. Pull that one over there. That's kind of redden the brick off a bit. I am actually going to add in drop one in there. I'm going to brighten that. That's the size, not brighten. Not brighten, contrast. Blue, had blue in there. It's the blue sky. Drop one in there as well. Right, I think that should be a little bit better. See the difference? Just kind of highlights that silvery kind of look in the towers. Just okay that. Right, there we go. So before, after, that's fine. I think that's probably. I think I'll probably do for that one. Let's see. Waiting age for this. Whilst that's saving, please do subscribe to my newsletter. It'll be a little bit busier coming up because I've got the exhibition coming up, so you might actually get an email twice before the end of the year if you do sign up. But I do use it incredibly infrequently, so you will not get bothered and mithered or get sick of them appearing in your inbox. So if you are interested, then please do sign up using that address. And I think we are finally finished saving. Right, shut that down. Back to Lightroom here. I'll just give that a 3 stars so I know where it is. And obviously it needs, because that image as a whole is a bit naff, I think it needs a crop. So I'm just going to go create virtual copy, crop tool, and I did think one by one to start with. Another bit of edge. We've got, I would like to get the edge of this canal bit in. To about there. Moves the right to the edge. That's kind of splitting that window, isn't it? So let's try 4x5. We'll just come across for that. So that, and then, you know, that other big door window thing is about there. That's probably a bit too deep, so keep that about there. I think that'll do for that one. Effects, and maybe it's a bit more heavier vignette, just a wee bit. Just to crush that around. We're going to see with these lights, not too bad. Maybe do a little bit more red. Always more red. Oh, we can. Yeah. That's an image. We made an image. See you, David, if you're still here. Thanks for coming along, Jacqueline. I hope you enjoyed the listen to the podcast. And yeah, that's a point. Have I done a yeah? I think I might have done one live stream since the podcast came out. So if you haven't already, please do listen to the podcast, which you can find at www.thetogcast.com. That is so it's a couple of episodes ago that I was on it. So there you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed it, Jacqueline, and enjoyed the stream, just to see what utter rubbish comes out. And see you, David. See what utter rubbish comes out of my mouth every single week. So there you go. Right, that's 20 past. Do I start another one? Do I? Do you want to see another one started? Maybe it's even finished. Maybe even just do a 3 image one. See what happens. Let's do this one quickly and see what happens. Right, lens collections, sort that out. Open the vignette out. Detail. That out there, just mask away from the edges. Basic, that needs to open right out the shadows, just to get a little bit more detail out of there. About there. Contrast, yeah, a little bit under for contrast. Colour. What about my presets? A bit heavy-handed. What about that one? Yeah, he's not. Let's just stick to this one. About there. Hi, Paul. Good stuff. Thanks, Jacqueline. Yeah, the pencil that I put on Instagram is this. Well, I was going to say this one. Tiny little picture in the. It is from Stabilo, if that's how you pronounce it, and it's called Aquarella. I'm Northumbrian. I can't talk. I shall put it in chat, Paul. Let me see. Shift over. I actually found out about it from one of Tom Heaton's videos. Below. Oops. That should be saying by, not bit. It is, yeah, it'll write on glass basically. It's excellent. Write on burrito paper and the other shiny semi-gloss paper that I use. Fantastic. Haven't been the first thing. It is a bit dark, that one, so I don't know whether it comes in different colours. Could do with coming in a grey. So, but yeah, you can. They're on Amazon. Find out on Amazon. I would give you the link, but I haven't got it to hand. But yeah, they're on Amazon, and you can buy them individually, about £1.60. So, and probably buy them. You know, if you're not in the UK, then you can probably get them from elsewhere. Right. Let's just open that up a touch. Open the blacks up a little bit. Clarity. Just gonna push clarity. Do I push clarity because it can cause issues? Not too much about there. We're only gonna give this one a quick go to see what happens. Anywho, aren't we? I think that will, apart from dust spot removal. Again, this was shot very close down. Is about all it's shown, isn't it? Done. Do for now. Just decide which ones I'm going to use. Yeah, maybe I'll use that one. Come on, speed up. And that one. Come on. Machine. Good God. Sake. Yeah, that was a different size, right. So these three, I'm just going to whack these together. There's. Yeah, there you go. £1.40-ish. Good pencil to have in the armoury, to be honest. Because the stuff, I mean, I've tried signing prints. You know, just basically scratch the surface, or you make an arse of it, and it's just horrendous. You know, if you spent like 20 quid printing out a print, and then you're like, oh, I've got to sign it. So I've always just signed the back. I thought for the exhibition I better be signing the front of them. Now I've got a weapon to be able to do it. So there you go. Right then, let's blend these together. Ooh, that works out alright. Multiplies not so good. Lightens. Screen is never one I usually use, but it has promise. You know, because you're not getting a lot of detail in the building there. Overlay, soft light is a bit crap. Pin light. Pin light's a bit of a mix of the two. Right, I think lighting, no, I was thinking darken really, wasn't I? There's a lot more edginess to it though. So maybe it's this one, I'm just going to realign that slightly across there. I'll get realigned a little bit to there. Almost like plasticine, that house now. Just gonna check the lighting again. Let's stick with darken, but I'm gonna whack in a curves adjustment, and I'm gonna lift that bottom part of the image, those darks, bring them right out. Very plasticine-like, isn't it? I don't want to go too high on this because of the lightness in the sky. Because I mean, it's a really problem caused by shooting almost directly into the sun. Obviously, I'm going here and just increase the saturation a touch. Zero that. Back there. Well, hopefully this one will work for you, Paul. It'll write on anything, so hopefully it delivers the look that you're after. In now. No, I think that's. I'm gonna. Debatable. This is why I hate what I do. I end up just turning layers on and off, on and off, on and off. I'm actually going to bring that down. I think this is a mix of zoom levels, to be honest. This is why it's causing a little bit of issue. Maybe not. That looks a bit better. It looks a bit more house-like. So maybe that's where it should be. There you are. That's a bit more like it. Right, okay, we're making headway, finally. I'm not going to blend out the edges, I'm just going to crop them out. We've already been here a while. It's fine. Right, I'm just going to drop in another layer of. Do I go red? Let's go darker. A deeper orange. Hue. Drop that. %, and I am also going to mask out this green. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. Make a mask and then erase around this green because it's nice and vibrant. Just down by the river there. A little patch there, smaller brush. Just that bit there. There you go. It's all about just making that initial first image to make our jobs a lot easier later on. So how long have we been going now? Too long probably. What's that? Let's do it. Nearly an hour, so we'll quickly run through making the rest of this one. So filter, analog effects pro 2. We'll just run into that. Run this through. Hopefully it won't take long. Right then. There's looking straight away, there's a nice house-like, and it gets rid of all the crap that was on the left-hand side as well. Let's just have a quick gander through these. Nice, slightly different look. Just using the the stuff turned around and inverted. That one a bit more of an abstract kind of look around here. Maybe turn that a bit more sideways. Come over here when I tell you. Here's a bit more of the house there, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that one doesn't look so good when you move it around. And let's continue looking down here. Anything jump out at me? For those of you who haven't watched before, my presets here, I only really use them as a starting point. I don't see the point in reinventing the wheel with each one. So I just look through these and pick a starting point and then configure from there. So it's not all, it's not all automated. It's all individual choices, and that gives you interesting starting points to jump off from. So let's have a look at some of the newer ones just to see what they're doing. No. Interesting. let's have a more of a play with this one. Come here. With this one. See what it... It's just a bit too... It's just a bit too dreamlike, isn't it? No. No, 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 no. Right, that one on the top. Makes it quite... I can bring this... The computer going mad again. Really making it work tonight. Yeah, if you didn't know what all this stuff was on the left hand side here, it could almost be like containers or something of, you know, when the locks were really busy and it was all industrialised and cargo going all over the place. You know, you gotta use your imagination. Think about these things, think about history. I think this one's going to take a bit more work. This is obviously just a rushed through initial look. Lens vignette. Highlight. Not the sun. Although then, do you want to highlight the sun? Because obviously the sun was up here. I'll highlight that light. I don't want to highlight these greens of this tree. They're quite nice and all. You do something like that. I think it's fine. That'll do for that. That wasn't good. Just not much happening here at all. I'm gonna drop in some yellow. Soften that off a bit. Bit of red. Just to even it out a bit as well. I love my reds. I'm just gonna drop that in there. And where's that contrast? I think I need to do adjustments in Photoshop after that. Yeah. Go harsh. Because I'm thinking intense light source in the background looking down. Do I go for like a washed out kind of look, or do I go for a obviously a contrasty bright light source? Other bits will be in shadow, or just somewhere in the middle. Let's not give it a value at all. Bring that to about there. Oh, the decisions you have to go through. I don't know about serious magic, Peter. I think it's more of a good God, what have I started? I think this is the kind of one where you have about 7 goes and spend about 4 days over it, trying to get there. It's really interesting scene down there. That's the thing. You could get something oldie worldy out of it, and right in the. I mean, it was a nicer part of the city. I'm saying nicer, older part of the city. So it would lend itself to that kind of scene. But what was it before and after? Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Can you think of these as reflections? Kind of work. This bit of detail gets lost there. Let's just commit this and see if there's anything else in Photoshop to do. Shush. Oh my God, the phone's going mad. Stop. Oh my God. Right, come on. Speedy computer. Oh God, that looks terrible now that now that I'm back into Photoshop. That colour looks all over the place. is a little bit better. Just leave that at 0. Go for a slightly washed out look. Seen some Turner watercolours today. Local exhibition, and like I think we were pretty much all. There's one big oil painting anyway. Beautiful thing. I've put them here. Absolutely stunning. But they're all watercolours, so I'm now thinking washed out watercolours. There. Oh lordy. Go on, Andy, make your mind up. Yeah, I haven't quite got the colours right on this one. One last throw of the dice. I think there's definitely an image here to work on with these. That's always the way, Richard. Yeah. Sometimes I just go overboard with the editing, and that was a prime example. You know, you build an image up of the shots you made to like a starting image, and then I'll go down into the Analog Effects Pro and all that. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and sometimes it does. You know, initially it was better. Go there. I don't want to. As I was so influenced by Turner's watercolours today. Not wrong way, wrong slider. There was a lot of yellows in the sun, so let's make that sky a lot yellower. You know, with this kind of yellow, it was beautiful. Let's just pop that up there though. How about there? Anyway, something like that. Drop another point on here so it's not polluting the building. Increase the contrast on it. Something like that. So stop that being affected too badly, but then again I'd like that yellow to be coming into here, so let's copy that over up into there. That one I want up into here so it's not affecting that. Nice scene bathed in yellow, that's better. Then actually I want whoa, let's not go that way, Andy. Slightly desaturated structure, just soften that back. Shadow adjustments, just a little bit under. Blue, oh yeah. Actually, for these ones, I'm going to drop in a lot of blue. All that way, just to make them a little bit whiter. Maybe it's the same with these ones. So there's a bit more contrast, really. Just makes the colours pop a little bit. Didn't start about the racket. Bloody computers. Bloody computer going mad. The fans are going apeshit. Right, there's a nice yellowy, watery sky. We'll just okay that, and that'll do, I think. I'll watch this stream back for when the computer goes nuts, because it's really whirring away like crazy. Right, there we go. What a match. I mean, I've got the sky bathed in that yellow. Oh, it's a bit overboard here, so I'm just going to mask that out a bit. There's the erase button. I want to flow down here, half the opacity, bigger brush, and just paint that out of there a little bit, just out the middle there. That's a little bit better. Oh yeah, amazing. Now Richard said he liked the beforehand. I'll just dump that into a folder. So that's as it is now, and that's what it started out like. There you go. As a starting point, I think it's a good image. This second part, yeah, there's probably parts of it that don't actually work. So if I could probably just go into Viveza or just work on with tones and, you know, hues just on this as a base, and I think it would probably work decent. So there you go. So yeah, you're probably right, Richard. So quite possibly, Peter. Let's have a look. Let's just save this out. And let's get this stream ended because it's gone on and on. I should never have started 2 images. Just with the first one being underwhelming. Come on, computer. I think I'll have to give it a rest for the rest of the night. Don't want to stress its little head. Come on, 71%. We'll have a go at cropping in a minute, Peter, once this is finished saving. Come on, oh, we are good. Right, okay. 3, so I know where it is. Right, create virtual copy. Let's get cropping. So Peter says 1 to 1 could be center right of the image, so slightly about there, something like that, Peter. Maybe about there. Nice little square crop, that, I think, to be honest. Good call. Create a virtual copy. Wish there was a bloody shortcut for creating copies. There probably is, but I'll go for my long, narrow panoramic standard. Actually, maybe 2x1's even better, maybe. We go for something like that, maybe. Effects. Just a wee bit of a vignette, nothing too major. Something like that. Square. I think you're not far off with a square crop yet. 4x5 maybe. I like the detritus on the left hand side. I know it's not like historical stuff. It was like, actually I'm not even sure. I think it was chairs or something. There's a pub to the left there. So maybe just something like that. Nice 4x5. Obviously it would have been nicer if everything was smaller in the frame, but there you go. Oh, we've got three half reasonable crops there out of one image. There's my usual tip. Cropping should be the last thing you do in this style of photography. Is you know, make your image and then crop to fit. Happy with that? I hope you are, and I think we've probably been on long enough. So thank you very much for watching my first show back since April, since the end of April. So thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for spending your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, with me. If you've liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you would like to be, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of any videos and live streams that come up, hit the bell icon as well, because otherwise YouTube will just not tell you these things. So do all that. There you go, Paul. Here's Richard. Yeah, there's loads of different options. You know, shouldn't be just tied to just the one idea and go with that. To be honest, you know, I've got this far, and I'll probably redo it a couple of times. Different starting points, and then it'll all go from there. So yes, if you enjoyed that, please like, share, subscribe, and all that gubbins. And if you're watching or if you're just about to finish watching, and any of you want to watch. Comments help. Leave a comment if you would like, if you've enjoyed it as well. Just remember, I stream pretty much every Tuesday night, 7:30 UK time. Come along if you want to be entertained, and EastEnders is crap. So there you go. Right then, good stuff, Paul. Glad you enjoyed it, and even better that you learned something as well. So right, I'm going to abandon ship now before I drone on any longer. Yeah. Follow me on stuff below as well, if you're not already. Subscribe, mentioned that. Yeah, grand. Thank you for watching. I will get out of your face now. And we'll see you in the next one. Keep hard. See ya.